From Nashville, Tennessee and the Nashville Broadcasting Network, it's the You Gotta Love It Show with your host, Keith Bradford. You never know who's going to show up and what's going to happen, but one thing is for certain, you gotta love it. Here's your host, Keith Bradford.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. On today's show, all 4 videos are written by a group called the 3 Bs. The 3 Bs consist of Clyde R. Birkla, Barbara Blevins, and yours truly, Keith Bradford. All 3 of our last names start with the letter B, so therefore we called ourselves the 3 Bs back in the day when we were writing so many songs. All 4 of the videos that you will see on today's show are videos that we wrote of songs that are tributes to the country music legends, the big stars in country music. And the one that got it all started back in the 90s was the first one that we did, called A Tribute to Kitty Wells. Let's go ahead and watch right now.
Queen of country music sings one by one the songs of life, while searching down through the years of sorrow, tears, and strife. She sings of honky-tonk angels and those backstreet affairs, all for you and me. Her music she has shared. I put my hard-earned nickels in the jukebox, and when I'd hear How Far Is Heaven, the tears would always start. Whether looking for a job or fighting that old war, Kitty Wells, you're still my favorite country music star. Once in a song I can remember, she gave her wedding dress away. But when I hear Amigo's guitar, it helps to make my day. Once she sang with Johnny and Jack about those who would deceive. Guess my favorite song of all is Making Believe. I put my hard-earned nickels in the jukebox. When I'd hear How Far Is Heaven, the tears would always start. Whether looking for a job or fighting that old war, Kitty Wells, you're still my favorite country music star. Kitty Wells, you're still my favorite country music star.
And that was a tribute to Kitty Wells. Right now it's time for our weekly lesson as we go to the disc that contains all the episodes that we shot when we were up in Canada doing a series called The Music Business, You Gotta Love It. This particular episode you're going to watch right now is called So You Think You've Heard the Latest.
Have you heard the latest? I don't think you have, because about the time you think that you've heard the latest, get on the internet and there'll be another blog 30 seconds later and they've got some new news. By way of the internet these days, with especially in media, by me being at a radio station, We have access to what they call private pages. We have a username and password that allows us to hear and read and see things that the public doesn't. And just about the time we think we got something figured out, they turn around and change all the rules. So the segment is called, Have You Heard the Latest? And if you're saying, yeah, I heard the latest, I heard it from so-and-so, you haven't heard the latest because the latest changes by the minute.
And that was, you think you've heard the latest? Well, you haven't. Let's go ahead and watch this message and we'll be right back.
No! Stupid! Go to your room right now!
What are you teaching your child?
No! Mine's stupid.
Children see, children learn.
Bud, color on paper, not the wall. Let's clean this up. I'll get you some, okay?
Your actions become their actions.
Here, draw on your own paper.
Learn to guide your child in a positive way at childrenseechildrenlearn.ca.
Hey, it's Bonnie Chaffin.
And Steve Quick.
And we're the Bonnie and Quick Show.
And want to remind you about watching the podcast each week here on NBRN. You Gotta Love It.
Mr.
With
Keith Bradford.
Up next on this week's podcast, one of the greatest country music stars to ever come down the pike, Willie Nelson. It's called Willie Nelson Has Done It All. Dan Schaefer on the vocals.
He's America's road king of country music. You bet your boots Willie's not a loser. He was the king of Blueberry Hill when the IRS sent him the final bill. He started writing and playing young, the talented blues picker and singer. He is the writer of many hit songs. Don't turn out the lights, he's not gone. Down the road by the busload, pickers, singers, and some mama's cowboys, raising money for farmers without rest. Willie's done it all with the best. Blue eyes crying and bullets flying, Willie's songs have touched us all. The movie scenes and faded dreams of pretty girls and noisy dance halls. Down the road by the busload, pickers, singers, and some mama's cowboys, raising money for farmers without rest. Willie's done it all with the best. Don't turn out the lights for Willie Nelson. He'll be on the road again with friends, giving tax concerts for our Uncle Sam. He's the top redneck in the land. Down the road by the busload, pickers, singers, and some mama's cowboys, raising money for farmers without rest. Willie's done it all with the best. Willie's done it all for charity. Now Willie should receive a little parody. On the road again.
Up next on today's show is Miss Dana Jordan singing a tribute song that we wrote for Jeannie C. Riley. It's Queen of the Harper Valley PTA, Miss Jeannie C. Riley as sung by Dana Jordan and written by the 3Bs, Clyde R. Birkla, Barbara Blevins, and myself. This is a good one. Let's watch.
History again in 1969 as the first female artist to have her own network variety special with host Jerry Reed. One of the sharpest guest artists were Mel Tillis and Tom T. Hall. A pleasure to see for all. Jeannie, Jerry, Mel, and Tom, I'm sure they had a ball. In the 70s, Jeannie became a born-again Christian, singing gospel and country songs, still living her dream. Thanks to Harper Valley PTA. Thanks to Harper Valley PTA.
And that was Queen of the Harper Valley PTA, Jeannie C. Riley. And how about those pictures? Didn't that bring back some memories? Wow, she is a knockout. We're going to close out this week's show with a song called Glenn Campbell is Gentle on Our Minds. This particular one, of course, written by the 3Bs, as the other 3 videos that we showed on today's show. And one more time, let me remind you, the 3Bs is a songwriting team that consisted of Clyde R. Birkla, Barbara Blevins, and yours truly, Keith Bradford. All 3 of our last names started with the letter B, and that's why we called ourselves the 3Bs back in the day. We hope that you enjoyed this week's podcast, and please, if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel, and down below, you'll find the comment button. Go ahead and leave us a comment. Good, bad, or ugly, we want to know what you think about this podcast. And we'll see you next week.
Glenn Campbell is still gentle on our minds. He's put away his old sleeping bag for one last time, and won't walk barefoot on the sandy beach of Galveston, nor be a Wichita lineman while she's rising in the Arizona sun. Glenn will always be our rhinestone cowboy, answering letters from so many fans he'll never know. Glenn, the rhinestone cowboy, walked the busy street of Broadway, and his songs are just as loved now as they were yesterday. When Glenn was young, he had a good television run. Later winning 2 Grammy Awards was his lifetime reward. Gentle on My Mind was a favorite song heard around the planet. His Good Time Hour TV show was before his affair with Tanya. Glenn starred with John Wayne in the movie called True Grit, and helped launch Alan Jackson on his country music trip. 2 crossover hit songs was Rhinestone Cowboy and Southern Nights, making it into the Country Music Hall of Fame to his delight. Glenn will always be our rhinestone cowboy, answering letters from so many fans he'll never know. Glenn, the rhinestone cowboy, walked the busy street of Broadway, and his songs are just as loved now as they were yesterday. Glenn Campbell's songs are still as loved today as they were yesterday.